Hello, welcome to KitPlus Daily. It's Friday, the 17th of April 2020, and joining me in our virtual studio, as always, is Matt and John. Don't worry, we are not together. We are social distancing. As you can see on the map behind me, there must be a good 30 miles between us.
Absolutely. And if you didn't catch the last show with Mark Wilson from Glen Sound, you can find that on the KitPlus Daily playlist on our YouTube channel. Obviously we had Mark Wilson on there, and there's plenty of news and industry insights as that as well, so go and subscribe to that channel.
Yeah, today would probably have been our first full day in Las Vegas for NAB, but sadly we're not going on our bikes and going up to Red Rock. We're here making this show for you.
And if you want to get involved, then please contact us. The link is on screen now. It'd be great to have you on board. Now to some news.
Yeah, first bit of news, and I think I'm actually going to enroll in this myself. ChyronHego have launched the ChyronHego Academy. It's a training resource designed to help industry professionals acquire and update essential skills in working with the company's graphic products. It's a self-paced online curriculum created by the product experts at ChyronHego, and you can eventually become a certified ChyronHego product designer or operator. The initial academy courses focus on prime graphics, and we're told they'll be followed by courses on additional products from the ChyronHego portfolio. So it sounds good.
Great. So I've noticed as well that Magewell have made some announcements on the upgrade of its free Capture Express recording app. It's basically it's a lightweight, dedicated tool for recording, previewing, and streaming input sources. They've added the support for SRT, the open source protocol from Haivision. I believe it was originally designed as a confidence tool to help verify input signals and devices, and it's evolved nicely into a fully fledged 4K 60 capture app. So version 3.2 offers support for SRT and MPEG-TS over UDP or RTP.
Brilliant. And news from Dejero, they are providing access to its Live Plus mobile app to those who need to deliver high quality content during this crisis. Complementary new licenses of the app, which allows broadcast talent and content contributors to create and deliver high quality live video back to their broadcast workflow, are available to use until September the 30th, 2020. And this is in a genuine effort to make reporting easier for content contributors. And we're hoping to have Dejero in the studio virtually next week. So do subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss a thing. And
just wrapping that up, if you've come across the term CBILS and in the news recently, then with John now, we actually got a guest dialing in.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Paul, for joining us on the show. I understand you got something topical on the horizon that you want to talk about. Tell us about it.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, good morning. We've all seen in the press the news about the retention scheme, and now we're talking about the CBILS, as we're all terming it, the business interruption scheme from the government, which is, yes, it's alive, it's working, it's now open for applications. However, it's a bit of a minefield. We're getting to grips with it ourselves very much. There are 40 or so providers that allow you to access the CBILS scheme. And as it rightly says, the government are guaranteeing, should we use that word, 80% of whatever the loan amount is or asset finance amount is. However, there are some pitfalls with it, which people should be aware of. And in some cases, it carries a premium rate to finance assets without CBILS help. Either way, an individual or firm has to access it via one of these approved parties. Medialease have access to about, 6 or 8, 40, but a lot of it is for invoice discounting or for loans or for small ticket financing. So there's some key contributors to it. There's some key access points, should I say. And we're trying to be able to offer our customers and even non-customers at the minute the ability to help them guide the way through this minefield. In short, you can access one of three services. You can access asset financing under CBILS, which is traditionally what Medialease does, asset finance. You can access loans if you just want a straight loan for £50,000 to £500,000. Or you can access some invoice discounting, factoring, which I'm not sure how that's going to work given the fact that most small businesses are not actually invoicing anything at the minute. So you've got no invoices to use as collateral for the invoice discounting scheme. But it is open. We are looking to help clients with it, but a lot of the banks, a lot of the institutions are currently saying that they're only open for existing customers. So if you're an existing customer of, say, Hitachi Credit from an asset finance perspective, then they will allow us to access the scheme for that customer. Similarly with other providers like Arkle and HSBC and NatWest Lombard, they're all saying similar things, which is, look, we don't want to be overfaced with applications. We're looking to open it just for existing customers only at this stage. I think that will open up in a month's time, and I don't see any kind of immediate rush to access the scheme. I think it's better to be prepared with your application rather than rush, and then find that you came ill prepared and you didn't get the answer you were looking for.
Gotcha. Thank you, Paul. I know that Matt and Simon have some questions for you, so let's pop back to the other studio.
Just going on with the CBILS, this is something that people apply directly to their funding source from, or do they go through Medialease? What's the general route to accessing these funds?
Good question. They can do either, to be fair. If they've got a banking relationship with NatWest, RBS, HSBC or Lloyds, then they may choose to go through their banking relationship manager to access that, particularly if it's a loan request. However, if they don't bank with one of those, or they're a bit unsure as to how to prepare the information or what information is required and need a bit more than a helping hand, but a helping hand, then Medialease can help with that and perhaps structure your proposal to suit what it is you're looking to gain access to on the CBILS scheme.
Sure. And I guess it's too early now to have a time frame.
The scheme is open. I don't think the banks are ready for it. I don't think they even know what they're looking for at the minute, if I'm brutally honest. I don't think they know what information is important and what information is not important. But it is open, and I'm saying to clients, just take your time. Other than the usual information we need, accounts, bank statements, rationale for why you need to borrow this money, I think we need to look at cash flow forecasts, which might need your accountant to help or some bookkeepers to help you with that, in terms of forecasting where your revenue is going to be, not just in 3 months' time, but towards the end of the year, because I think most people are looking at this as a short-term massive problem and then a medium-term cash flow problem. And I think the banks will want to see that you've thought about it for the next 9 months, not for the next 3 months, about how this is going to affect your business.
I mean, that's very, very relevant you say that, because it does lead the question, you're open for business. The banks seem to be open for business as usual.
Indeed.
The future is the interesting question here. What we can't predict future, but what in the short to medium term, what might the future hold for some of these people?
Well, where the pain will really come, in my opinion, and I've seen it slightly before many years ago, the pain doesn't come in 3 months' time. The pain comes in 9 months' time when you didn't plan for a shortage of work in the second period of this COVID-19 infection. So we're going to be looking at 3 months is quite straightforward to deal with. Banks have given payment holidays. We've got lots and lots of opportunities to furlough people or furlough people. But it's what happens when businesses return to some sense of normality, and you suddenly find that actually I'm struggling because I haven't got the volume of customers, or I haven't got the volume of revenue that I was used to before, and I didn't plan for that. So I think my advice to everybody is plan for the rest of this year to be a difficult year in every sense of the word. Not as bad as it is now, but to be difficult. And certainly Medialease are looking at it that way. As in my own company, I'm very much expecting when we come back to, say, July, and everybody's hopefully back doing their things and going to concerts and going to theatres and watching films and going to cinemas, I fully suspect that there won't be a massive appetite for people to borrow money for buying assets until probably back end of this year, maybe next year.
It's got to get back in the swing of things. Yeah, brilliant.
That's great. Thank you, Paul. Well, obviously, we normally meet between, I think it's South and Central Hall at NAB, which, of course, we can't do this year. What are you going to miss about not being at NAB this year?
Good question. As we sit here now in the comforts of our own homes, I would have been flying at this time to Las Vegas at this time, but not to be, as you say. What I do love about NAB as a show is it's early in the season of shows, so you see lots of new technology, but what you see is people excited to be there, wanted to be there, not just because we're in the Vegas sunshine and whatever they're doing in the evening, but actually I think it's for the TV and film industry, it's a very important show in terms of getting together with people, and that's the thing these days I prefer over scrutinising kit. It's talking to people, finding out what they're looking at, and also finding out what they're thinking is really exciting in terms of new products and new things for the new season. So, it'll happen again. I'll be going out to the NAB show in October, November. I think it's end of October at New York, hopefully. That's all booked, and hopefully that will still go ahead. And we'll have that drink outside of the OB section next April instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant, mate. Well, thank you for coming on board. If people want to find out more info about Medialease and get in contact with you, is there a website they can go to?
There is. Very shortly we'll have loaded it up with a /CBILS tag on the end of it, but Medialease.com, and I'm guessing it'll be Medialease.com/CBILS, will give you all the information you need to read about, and then by all means contact us, and if we can help or give some guidance, whether you're going directly to your bank or whether you would prefer to come through Medialease, please give us a shout and we'll be happy to help. We're open for business.
That's brilliant, Paul. Thank you very much for joining us today on KitPlus Daily.
My pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great, thanks, Paul. So don't forget, if you have the time, which you probably do, and you want to earn a quick £100, send us a short user review of that piece of kit that is really important to you, that you just can't live without. We're all getting in front of the camera now. Have a go, and if we use the clip, we will send you £100.
And if you're looking to pass some more time in the day and you're looking for a webinar or an online training session, check out broadcastnetwork.co.uk. Very simple. Click on the day of your choice and you'll get a whole list of events that are going on with links to how you can watch them. And if you've got an event, you can add that on the calendar completely free of charge. It's a community project. So, check it out.
Brilliant. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in on Monday when we will have Mark from Fujinon in the studio.
If you've got any questions for Mark or Chris, who may turn up on Monday, then please tweet us at KitPlus UK with any questions.
That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back on Monday. Do stay at home and stay safe and enjoy the weekend. See you soon.
Take care.
Cheers.